and Pim.
And welcome to the very first episode of the 11th season of Alaka'i the podcast. It's good to be back, guys. Okay, how are you doing, guys?
Stressed right now.
Good.
Stress?
We're
Not
good.
Good?
too bad.
We're good.
I mean, I don't know. It could get worse. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, that's
Yeah.
good to know.
That's
I'm doing
the
good right now.
winter 2025 for you.
Okay.
That's a recap.
Okay, to start off for our first episode,
I would like to introduce our lovely guest. Are you guys excited?
Very excited.
Okay. I'll start with our first guest. I will introduce Phakdeerat from Thailand. He's a senior majoring in marketing and supply chain. His hobbies are hiking, driving, watching pigeon, creating reels and content, and hanging out with friends and family. And he just loves nature in general. Like he loves to be in nature.
Okay, of course, speaking of nature and hiking, in which Pak is mostly interested in, or is really interested in, we are also joined by one of the presidency of the hiking and running club of BYU-H, Jolina Vidal. She is a junior from the Philippines majoring in TESOL education. Her hobbies are playing ukulele, dancing, exercising, running, thrifting, and volunteering. She is also a former soccer player in which she played for 5 years.
okay, so welcome, guys. How are you doing?
Excited and nervous a bit.
Yeah, me too. I'm nervous, but I'm doing great, and it's a pleasure to be here with you guys.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
very
good.
very excited to share the experience that we have for the natures and hiking experience today.
Okay, that's very good. Very excited to learn more about nature and hiking and running and about the hiking and running club of BYUH and just your love for the nature, guys. So, now that we've introduced our lovely guests, we'll be diving deeper on one of the things that they have in common, which is their love for the nature. So, our very first question is like, so what's inspired you to hike? So, our first question is for Pack. What's inspired you to hike? Is it curiosity, passion, love for nature?
I would say curiosity and love of the land and love of the nature because my first hike is when I was got here in 2022. My friend from Thailand just visit me in Hawaii and he is the former student here and he invite me to go on the hike and I went there at first time and I feel like wow, I never see something that beautiful like that views before. That's why it motivate me to keep hiking and I want to see more hike in Hawaii.
Mm.
Okay, that's really good. So, what do you typically think while you hike?
So mostly, I think when I hiking, I was thinking about when is gonna be the top. That is the first thing that I'm thinking. But most of the time, when I hiking, I was thinking about like, the school stuff, and then it's a good time for me to release stress because when you're hiking, you have a goal and purpose to go on the top and to catch the view. And then when you hike, you need to also focus on the way because if you lose your focus, you might fail. And while I'm hiking, I was thinking like what I gonna do after I hike, how I gonna solve the problems I have in my life, and what I gonna do with school. And that is a time that I very really stressed. And then hiking is the kind like review and healing for me.
Oh, thank you for sharing. Now that we know what inspired you to hike, can we ask you like where your favorite place to hike?
Of course, I would like to say Couching Lion.
Mm.
I've been there 13 times because Couching
13
Lion is
times.
my first hike in Hawaii,
Mm.
and I enjoy and experience amazing memories there in Couching Lion because every time when I have friends visit Hawaii, I would like to take them to Couching Lion because this hike is only 15 to 30 minutes to go up and then also it might take 1 hour to go up and down. And the hike itself is not dangerous, but the view is stunning.
Mm.
I have been almost 30 places and 50 hikes last year, and
Wow.
Couching Lion is the best. I can put Couching Lion is number one. For sunrise, it's amazing. I have been there like 4:30 to start hiking to catch the sunrise.
Wow.
And I would say Couching Lion is the best hike for me.
50 hike is a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
50. Oh wow.
Okay.
So,
I just want to ask this. So, because I saw this video from Jolina's Instagram account, it was like you hiking as well. So, being part of the hiking and running club, um, you said like you're more into running instead of like hiking. But you've tried hiking.
Yeah,
Right.
I did try hiking. I've hiked at the Crouching Lion, and as what Pac said, that's his favorite hike. I think that was my first hike when I got here, and it's a spiritual experience for me. I think I was with Michael last time. I know there's you weren't
I've
there.
never been.
Oh, you
Disclaimer, everyone.
exposing ourselves
Sorry.
here, guys.
sorry, because I know that JJ was with me, so I'm not
Mhm.
sure if you're there too. But
Yeah.
when that was my first hike, and I remember, it's been 2 years since I hike, and so that was a challenge for me, really challenging, because I'm also like dehydrated person. I don't drink water that much, and so
Water, girl.
yeah. So when you go on a hike, remember to hydrate yourself, to drink more water, to help you to be ready for the challenge. And I remember one time when I was like, it's a steep for me. I remember it was very steep, and it rained before that day, and so I was struggling to climb, and some of my friends were ahead of me, and so I was pressured, and I was scared. I was like, "Don't leave me behind." But there were two friends behind me who really stayed with me and who pushed me through to go up, because I was about to give up. But thankfully, they were there for me, and I was so grateful for that experience, because you know, in relation to like life's challenges, there are really like ups and downs, but we should always remember that there are also like people who will help us to get to the top. So it was a spiritual experience for me.
Wow. Can I ask something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when she said like she have someone to push her, it remind me about the experience that I've been to Couching Lion with my friend that visit Hawaii for the first time. And I just want to emphasize that Couching Lion is very beautiful, and other than that, you can see how beautiful and how the land is. You can see the mountain very clear. You can see the ocean very clear. I will respect all the ancestor or all the people that work. And my friend said that thank you so much for taking me there in Couching Lion, because that is the most beautiful thing that they see in their life.
Yeah. Well, I've never been to Crouching Lion, but now that you guys are talking about it, I would want
We
to
might.
like, go.
I want to go
Consider
too.
go.
It's
very
a quick
beautiful.
hike.
Yeah.
It's a steep
Girls'
but quick
day.
hike.
Let's go together.
Hey, so can you tell me about like your hardest hiking experience? Anyway.
Ooh.
I just shared mine. That was that I've been to the three peaks, and one of my friend who hiked a lot told me that that was one of the hardest hike here in Oahu. And so if you hike there, you can go anywhere, any hiking spots. You can overcome any like hardest hiking spots. But for me, the Crouching Lion was like
The more intense one.
the more intense one than the three peaks.
Oh.
Wow.
How about you, Pac?
Wow. Yeah, I would say Couching Lion sometimes is dangerous and hard too if it's raining. But for me, I think for average, every hike is, for me, it's not the hard. It's kind of like everything is affordable. But I might say the situation that I'm facing when hiking is what a long hike, almost like 6 or 7 hours that I have been hiking. It's kind of like I need to facing with the wind, which is like pretty strong, and then it's storm. On that day, I don't check the weather. I went hiking, and then I think it's the second hour or third hour, it start raining,
Oh wow.
and then all the way that I need to hike to the top is slippery. I fell down, and I was praying like, please, the Lord protect me, because on that time, when I turn right, it's white. When I turn left, it's white. When I turn back, oh, I'm gonna die. So I need to keep moving forward, and I feel like, if you want to go hiking, check the weather first. Check the weather first, because on that day we just feel like, oh, yesterday is really clear, the sky really clear, and tomorrow we should go hike. And then we're planning on the hike, and when we start hiking, we're so happy. Why it's so easy? But when the storm and the rain coming, oh my goodness.
That's Hawaii for
Yeah, that's like unpredictable. Yeah.
Unpredictable.
Yeah, I think hiking in the rain or storm is the hardest for me.
Okay, well, speaking of hikes, I've never been on a hike here in Oahu. Well, That's not true. I don't think it's a hike. We went to the Makapu'u Lighthouse. That is
Oh,
not.
nice.
I don't think that's a hike. Hike. I would say because it's cement and it's
Oh yeah.
going up. It was a pretty. No, it wasn't easy
I
as
would
well.
consider it as a hike
Yeah,
because I
it's a
posted
hiking
it
spot.
on my Facebook. I said like it's my second hike because my very first hike. Okay, my very first hike when I came back here in 2023, it was like the Chinaman's hat, and
Oh.
I
Never been
hiked
there.
it with barefoot.
Oh wow.
Oh.
And it was like noon, and I was like literally crying because my feet was like, it was very sore already because of the sun, scorching hot sun, and it was like very bad. That's like I was like, I'm never gonna hike again. But then my friends were like, oh, you should come to like the Makapu Lighthouse Trail or something like that, and then they were like saying, it's really fun. It's like very light hike, and then when I did hike that. I did post that on my Facebook and on my Instagram, and I was like, "Yeah, that's my second hike."
Consider
It's
that.
fun. Yeah, I would consider that as a hike.
Maybe we can say it's paradise hike
Yeah.
because you know.
It's a good time too.
Yeah.
I've been there with Micah's best friend, JJ.
Yeah.
But I wore J slips.
Oh.
No,
Was it
you
in the
shouldn't.
water, or do you go
It's in
how
the
do you-
middle of
the water?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. We didn't got to the top because we don't know the way, but it's like you're also rock climbing.
The Chinaman's hat looks small from afar,
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
but it gets bigger once you get closer.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay, well, we love those answers and the experiences that you have. So, because hiking is considered therapeutic, and that's why a lot of people do it, we're curious. Do you like hiking alone or do you like hiking with friends?
I can go first. I think I prefer hiking with friends because I have been hiking by myself 3 times out of my 50 times of hiking. And I feel like hiking alone is kind of like, it's pretty good because you're more focused on the way and then you can think a lot. But hiking with friends is very like unique and the memory is very different because when I hiking with friend I can have someone to talk with and then if I fell down someone help me. Imagine if I go alone and then if something happen, it's hard for the contact. So I prefer to have friend. And then one time I been hiking with my friend and then she said like, wow, I never see how gentleman you are until I hiking with you. And I feel like sometimes hiking with someone or with friend can make you to feel like see yourself better and someone can understand you and know you better from hiking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question, Pac. So, you said you like hiking with friends. You know, you have someone to be with, someone to look after you. What steps do you usually take, or what do you usually do to prepare to go on the hike?
Okay. So mostly I'm spending time a lot on social media. Every time when I'm gonna go hiking, I will post on my note that okay, tomorrow go ahead. Something like that. And then I will try to need 2 more people, 1 more people, something like that. But if I have friend, I will tell them before like maybe 1 week or maybe like 2 or 3 days that oh we are planning to go on a hike. Would you like to go with us? And then after that, I just like try to book the car and check the weather. Especially I'm good at sunrise hiking because I most check the time and prepare the time and set the time for everyone. I'm a driver also helping everyone. And I think planning to go hike, especially timing is something that very important. And then use social media if you don't have someone to go with because sometimes when I don't have friend to go with, I use social media and I get new friend to go hiking with me. And then if no one respond, I end up hiking with myself 3 times.
Okay. Okay. What about Jolina? Like, what do you do to prepare, and then do you prefer hiking alone or hiking with friends?
I prefer hiking with friends because as what have like Val said, I'm more into running than hiking, and my best friend Aliyah, if you know her, she's the one who dragged me into hiking, and so like I don't prepare that much. I go on a hike spontaneously because of her. And so it's best to like prepare to go on a hike, but like most of the time it's like a spontaneous thing for me to hike because my best friend would just randomly invite me to go on a hike the next day. But yeah, I'd say just like the same as running. I think you need to hydrate yourself, to drink more water, to have a good rest for you to regain your energy the next day if you want to go on a hike, and have some maybe snacks that will give you energy.
Love it. I hike with her to Aliyah
Oh,
multiple times.
I have a question for both of you. I'm a person who've never been hiking since I got here, and I don't know where to start. Do you have advice or suggestion for people like me that want to go on a hike but don't know where to begin?
Okay, I might start two place close by Become Young University, Hawaii. The first place is Ha'ula. That hike is pretty simple, and then it's kind of like you walk in the forest like an angel.
Wow.
Sweet
I
part.
look at that.
wow.
You enjoy the forest, enjoy the palm tea. It's pretty chill. And then if you go to Haula Loop, it might take like hours something. But if you go on the left side of Haula, because when you about to go to Haula Loop, they will also have the left side. So when you turn left on that side, it will take less than 30 minutes. And another one is Ikukai Pilbok. It's called sun. It's also called sunset hike close by Sunset Beach. That one is also less than 40 minutes to go up if you are the beginner, but it's a little bit steep a bit, but it's not. It's not. Yeah, it's not a lot, but it a little bit steep.
Steep, yeah.
But if you want to catch sunset, I would prefer it might be a good beginning as a beginner of hiking. So Haula and Ihukai Pilbok or sunset hike. It's pretty good to start. Maybe if you want to try your first hike, I can be a guide.
That's good. That'd be
Talk
great.
is the
Yeah,
guy.
so you can see how gentleman I am when I'm hiking.
And speaking of like starting on like hiking and running, the BYUH hiking and running club is here to like help us or help the
Oh,
students to
yeah.
like learn more about the basic stuff of like hiking and running. So can you tell us more about like what this the hiking and running club actually do?
So Pim, right?
Yes.
As what she have said, like she's asking. I think there's a lot of people who are, or who might be interested with like running and hiking. They're just like afraid to try because they don't know where to start. I think that's the most common problem. The running and hiking club, which I recently got into, because I'm the secretary of the club, and Victoria Amistad is the president of our club, and most of the presidencies are into like hiking too than me. I would say our club is open for everyone who are beginners. If you're a beginner or pro, actually it doesn't matter as long as you are willing to learn and you are here for fun. So we have some activities planned for the next month, which is February. We will have some activities, hiking activities that are beginner friendly for students who might want to try hiking or want to begin in hiking or running as well. And actually, we will have like a survey in our opening social this February 6th, if like they have a preferred spots to hike, or like if they have any suggestions. We're open for suggestions. So our club really brings like students, or helps the students uh to be more active. I think a lot of young adults these days are like trying to be active, or like wanting to be active, and it's amazing. And our club supports that, and we want everyone to feel in their best self, to have that confidence, and to just have fun with each other and to connect with each other.
Yeah. She's an active girl.
Wellness girl in 2025.
Is it too late to like apply to be a part of your club, or
I don't think
You
so.
think
I think we're
close?
still open, because there's still some students who are signing up. So if you want to join FIM,
Oh,
come join
okay.
us.
Sounds good.
Okay. With that, everything that we've shared right now, one last question for me. What did you learn from, this goal of being active through hiking and running for Pac and Jolina?
I can go first. I can share my 13-time experience in Couching Lion. Is the great principle to learn because the first time I didn't know where is the goals is, and it's very hard for me to keep hiking and climbing up to the top without the purpose of knowing where exactly I gonna go and stop. And that is another principle is I already know where is the top. I have a goals and purpose by starting hiking and climbing, what I want to see, what is my expectation for that. So what I would say is that hiking is helping me to understand that we should have goals. We should have something that we want in our life. And one thing that we need to understand is the way is not going to be easy. So we need to be patient, we need to be prepared, and we need to trust ourselves and trust in the Lord. Because one time, even the easy hike or even the easy things in your life, if you just trust in yourself or don't have anyone with you or don't trust in the Lord, it's very hard to complete that. Or even if you complete it, it will feel like it's valueless. It's not gonna be something that you're very proud of. So my experience in my first hike when I got in the top, I feel very happy to achieve my first goal. But it's not done yet. There is also another hike that I want to experience and see, which is another goals in my life that I want to achieve. Or even when I finished couching lion at my first time, I want to go back and take another people because I want them to experience that. I want them to feel and learn what I have learned from the hike. And that is a great principle that I have learned is to have the purpose, have a goal expectation, and be patient, be prepared, and trust in yourself and trust in the Lord. And that is the value principle that I have learned so far from hiking. I'm very grateful to gain those, knowledge and experience from hike. And that is very phenomenal for me.
Wow.
Thank you for that, Pac. There's a lot of things going through my head right now, and I hope that I can convey it right, because I'm taking Pearl of Great Price right now, and I'm also like learning Eternal Families. And recently, we talked about God's creation and how God gave us physical bodies here in our mortal life to experience mortal things, to learn from it. And I had this thought when I was in our sacrament meeting one time where people testified about temple a lot. And so like I was thinking, what if some people are not ready to go to the temple? And then a thought came into my mind that we can start in our bodies. And as what I have said earlier, that it's amazing how seeing people are being active and striving to be active these days, because God entrusted us with his bodies, not for our own desires, but for his purpose. And as we understand his purpose, I think we we will learn how he wants us to use this body, and we will learn like what are the things that we can accomplish to this through this our like to this physical body that we have. And as as what I've said, I'm more into running than hiking. I mean, I love both, but I love more, I love running. I run a lot of times every week, and whenever I keep myself active, I just feel good. And I think like going on hikes or going for a run helps us to connect with God, and have that peace, or like being still at the moment even though we're doing something. And yeah, I think that will if we take care of our bodies and we like keep ourselves active, we can do more. We can One of my religion Professor Bowen told us one time that he started being active 10 years ago, and he said that if he didn't do that, he might miss the opportunities of seeing his kids achievements. So yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, with what you guys just said, I am now very scared for myself. But I'll try, I'll try this year. We'll let things happen and we'll see where it goes, because it's true that we really need to take care of our bodies, whether it be through hiking or running. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree to what all of you guys shared. I love how we are becoming wellness and very active right now. And um just just to like kind of like sum it up. Like what's going to be your advice to like for Jelena into running and Pack into hiking? What's going to be like one advice that you guys will share to people or our listeners right now about loving the nature or basically being in the nature? What's your advice for them about being in the nature?
For me, I would like to say take this time and this advantage that you are here in Hawaii to experience and to go out and see how amazing of the creation that the Lord create and give it to you here. My first time hiking, I never expect this beautiful or this amazing experience and views before. I would like to say, just go out, take some time, spending some time that you have to go see and experience the rain, and you will be super grateful and appreciate for your decision to keep and go out to see the land.
How about you, Jelena?
Well, I agree with Pac. I think we need less Wi-Fi. So if you want to go for a run or like on a hike, don't have earphones or headphones or phones with you. Enjoy at the moment. Be at the moment.
That's really good. Be in the moment. Okay, I'm not gonna bring my laptop with me.
Wow, that is expert.
Okay. That's great. I'll take note of that just in case I'll go hiking. But thank you, Park and Jolina, for joining us on our very first episode of the new season of our Alaka'i podcast. Yeah.
If you know someone who has an amazing story to tell, we'd love to have them here. Don't forget to follow us on our social media. The Kealakai News on Instagram, Kealakai on Facebook and YouTube.
Don't forget to share this week's episode to your family and friends, which can be accessed on Buzzsprout, YouTube, and Spotify. These are your hosts, Valerie.
Maiko.
And Pim.
See you next week, guys.
Bye.